What's up? What's up? What's up with the guys? You already know what it is. It's the pre-snap read and your boy Mr. Bridges on top, man. We back with another one. Back with another one. Week 8, man. A lot of things happened. A good game played last night. I hope majority of you saw that game last night against North Carolina Central. And who was Morgan State? Yeah, North Carolina Central versus Morgan State was a good game. Was a good game. But you know me, I'm not here by myself. My two lovely co-hosts that consistently be with me couldn't make it. I had to call up. I had to. Let's see who I can find in the HBC world, man. Let's see who I can find in the HBC world that's doing this podcast thing, that's doing their own thing. I got my boy from the West Coast. Some people may say it's the best coast. You can catch this boy all on Twitter, all on YouTube, putting up the flicks, putting out the stats, putting up the weekly rankings, and showing love to HBCUs from Division 1 to Division 2. My homeboy, my guy, Kelly Flicks. What's up with you, man?
Yeah, no, what's the deal? Appreciate it. Glad to be back, Bridges. It's been a minute. I think last time we talked was like in March. That's crazy.
Ooh, yeah, it's been a minute, man. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. You've been doing you've been grinding though. You've been grinding.
Right. Let's get into it, man. There's a ton of stuff to talk about. You mentioned the Thursday night game. That was an amazing game, man. I loved it from start to finish.
Definitely. But tell the people where they can find you at, because a lot of people know you, but a lot of people don't know you. So you know what I'm saying. Tell them where they can find you at.
Yeah. So I'm on Twitter and on Instagram at Kelly Flicks, man. I'm always providing some football analysis, whether it's Division 1, Division 2, NAI. I talk a lot in the SIAC spaces on Sundays and Wednesdays. So you can catch me on there on Twitter. Then on YouTube, Lace Up Podcast Network, man. Get with me. Talk HBC football all day.
Heck yeah, man. Shoot, let me go ahead and say this for I get so started. I'm proud of you. Keep doing your thing. Keep going out there. Keep grinding, man. Keep grinding over there on the West Coast. Because there ain't a lot of HBCUs out there, man. Ain't a lot of HBCUs out there. So keep putting on, man. Keep putting on for the city. So I can afford what's up. I still need to do a show with you, my guy. I still need to do a show with you. And my boy Savion, he always in the building. What's up with you, man? But
deal.
Sure, let's talk about some topics, man. Let's talk about some topics. First and 10 topics of the week, man. Let's topics of the week. These are the stories that I just found around on Google, just looking around. Will HBCUs be featured in the EA Sports game for 2025, man?
Wow.
I mean, I was reading the article, man. I was like, EA Sports, HBCU. Ooh, that's one good combination right there. Because back in the day, it had all the HBCUs from the SWAC to the MEAC.
Yes.
So will we see it again? Will NIL play a big part? Will coaches say yes? Will coaches say no? What do you think, man?
I think you got to put them on there, man. At least one conference, right? Like we may not get the D1 and D2s, maybe either SWAC or the MEAC at the minimum. But after this next run we get from the NCAA games, I think you got to add HBCUs onto the football platform. Why not? We've seen how big Jackson State is. We've seen how big FAMU is. We've seen the impact that North Carolina Central can have. And why not add the Celebration Bowl in NCAA football? You got the Rose Bowl, you got the Orange Bowl, Chick-fil-A Bowl. Why not throw the Celebration Bowl on there?
Why not? Savion, we doing good, man. Shoot, y'all boys keep grinding out there, keep doing y'all thing. Tell Shiloh and Shador what's up with you. Tell Joe Horn Jr. what's up with you guys, man. Make sure y'all keep the main thing, and that's playing football, getting that scholarship, and getting to the bread. That's for all athletes, man. Play ball, get to the bread, get your scholarship, man. Shoot,
Yes,
tell them
sir.
what's up. Hey, and tell Coach Prime, if you got Coach Prime around you, tell him holler at me, man. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. So holler at me. Shoot.
Hey, man, look, y'all enjoy y'all bye week, man. Enjoy the bye week. Go ahead, kick your feet up.
Heck yeah, definitely that too, man. But like you were saying, man, like the game is going to be reamped. It's going to be rejuvenated. It hasn't been here in like 10, 15, 20 years, man. I don't know how long. It felt like it's been going for 30 years. I'm 30, so I literally enjoy it. I come home, play this game,
Right.
every single day. I don't even play Madden every single day. The NCAA, I literally play this game every single day. So I hope they bring back the HBCU powerhouses, like you said. And you got to think about it. You only got two conferences. That's what probably roughly about what say about 20 teams, 20 HBCU teams realistically. So why not add them in there? Why not?
Yeah, there was a very it was a good tweet, man. It was an interesting list put together between football divisions, Division 1, 2, and 3. They listed every football team and they ranked them from 1 to 655. Right. So there were some FCS schools that were much higher ranked than FBS schools. There were some Division 2
Hmm.
schools that were higher than FBS schools. So if you're really looking at trying to get the best talent on a video game and you're looking at it squarely based on that and how we can get everybody on there, you've got to include the HBCUs. There was a FAMU in North Carolina Central that was up in the 200s on that list. You know what I mean? So I think that, a lot of people like to say maybe it's a skill or maybe we don't want to put FCS East in there, and that's fine. Throw FAMU in there with an accurate roster, right? Throw Jackson State
Yeah,
in there with
yeah,
an
yeah,
accurate
yeah.
roster. Texas Southern will be great. So I say why not if you're NCAA?
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. I feel like it's gonna be rejuvenated, be good, and can't wait to see it, man. Can't wait to see it. Shoot. Another news. First take. Who'll
Oh,
be coming
yes.
to Savannah State and Winston-Salem State, man. I love this. You got Shannon Sharp. You got, he ain't saying Skip no more. He's saying, hey, Steven.
Right,
Steven.
right.
He's saying Steven. Then you got my boy Stephen A. Smith went to Winston-Salem State. So I heard this in the news. They was already talking about it on ESPN, on live TV. So I think this will be good. Stephen A. Smith had took him first take to a couple of places. They love going out on the road. They love feeding into the atmosphere. I know they've been a FAMU. That was an amazing event that they had at FAMU.
Right.
I was there. I was in person. It was lively. It's good to hear them talking in person instead of on TV. So,
Yeah.
I think they should keep doing this. Go to different HBCUs. I think they've been to Winston another time. I think they've been to like two more HBCUs. I can't recall, but I think they should keep doing this, even just extend it to other colleges. That's not HBCUs.
Hey, and I'll even put this twist on it. Go during basketball season. Go during a different season. Why does football season have to be when you guys pull up for these events? There's so many other sports involved, HBCU sports. And you think about it, Winston-Salem team, their basketball team is much better than the football team. That's a game you really want to go see. So maybe that's the way you do it. But even if they do it this fall, I'd be interested to see it because you look at this Winston-Salem football team, they're beginning to trend forward. They have 3 wins in the CIAA. They had a very tough go at it last year. They have a new offensive coordinator. Maybe, that adds a little more to this environment. You look at a Winston-Salem team that's trending up. Stephen A. Smith and First Take coming down could only help the program.
Heck yeah, man. So, like you said, basketball season is like something big, something that can re-innovate the HBCU landscape because basketball is definitely different from football. You have a closed-in environment, you have a hostile environment, you have that environment that fans can get rowdy. They're right there on all four corners on the sideline, yelling your name, telling you to miss a free throw, telling you this, and like that's. I think that, like you said, I think that's kind of more exciting than the football aspect because they can be there. They can actually do it before the game, or like something exciting where you see the cheerleader, the pageantry. That's really all HBCU people want to see is the pageantry because 9 times out of 10, they there for the fashion show, the pageantry, and the cheerleader battles. That's the three things that they there for. They ain't really there for basketball like that.
Yeah.
They there for the fashion show, the pageantry, and the cheerleading competition,
Hey,
man.
man.
None of the three things they there for, man.
Nothing like pure entertainment.
Heck yeah. Nothing like the pure entertainment, man. But I got one more topic for you. This is the last topic for today. Right now I know HBCU have a little small HBCU game day, but I think we need to be on a bigger scale. We need to have bigger personalities, actually have it on ESPN or our own network. Do HBCU need their own college game day?
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. I find myself on Saturday mornings trying to find the homies that are going live on YouTube just to get a nice pregame show going into the day. Because when you look at HBCU football, it starts very early. From the Division twos, we see the beginning of HBCU football on Saturdays. For the West Coast, at least, that starts around 10 a.m., maybe 11 a.m. If there was somebody that was on early in the morning that would give me a comprehensive preview of all the day's games and a good idea of the betting odds also, I'd love something like that. If the Griot could do something like that, HBCU go up. If you guys are the guys to do it, then let's do it. Because I honestly feel like it's something that's been needed for a while, and we've been looking for a forum on Saturday mornings to even speak in.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. And just to put it like this, just like you said, like just putting betting and all this other stuff into it, like we really need something like this because we can literally make it our own and we can literally like do things that haven't been done before. You know, we had the cheerleaders out there,
Yeah,
had the ads, have a cook off. You know, hey,
cook 'em.
who got the best tailgate? Who got the
Yeah,
best grill? Who got the best ribs? Who got the best brisket? Who we want to see whole hogs out there, man. I'm telling you, like we
absolutely.
gotta revigorate this thing, and we can make it our own, and we don't have to worry about Lee Corso and all them other voices coming over here for one season or one game and say, "Hey, we out." So
Yeah, yeah.
I,
If I think that if the idea is you pick a different university every week, Division One or Division Two, travel, bring the broadcast crew, have a panel of two or three people up there, and sit up there and entertain us for 3 to 4 hours. Yo, I'd be sold. I'd probably even pay for something like that.
yeah. So, but like you say, you could either pay for something like that. At the end of the day, low key, you want it free to the public, but like you can do so many things with it is if you have the first one you can always like, okay, what's some things that need to be changed, what can we do better, can we get feedback, and like you said, it's a whole lot of personalities in the YouTube realm that you can use every week. Then if you really want to be technical, you can actually get a group of YouTubers and say, let's vote this person to be on weekly. Let's vote this person to be on the sideline. Let's vote this person to talk to the coaches. You can really have a poll with the HBC community. It's like, who do you want on the show weekly? Or who do you want to come on the show again? Because, like I said, you can do a lot of things with that, man.
Yeah, a ton of things. I mean, look, it's money on the floor. You know, it's almost like we all see it. Nobody's been able to do it well and efficiently every week. I think that we've seen something like that from Alabama A&M with the From the Hill. I think it's From the Hill, or I'm sorry, I can't remember the name that they do every Saturday. They do like a Saturday morning game day type of thing for the home games. So the
Hmm.
template's there. The template is right in our faces. I think somebody has to hop on that and do it. And I talked about those guys that stream on Saturday mornings. One of the guys, Carlos Brown Show. Shout out to the Carlos Brown Show. Every Saturday morning, that man is up and doing it, and I watch every time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'd rather go on HBCU Go or something and really watch the thing and actually like sit back, relax. I get to watch my own people do their own thing and not worry about somebody pulling you, like they said, the white man pulling you down. The white man ice is colder. We ain't gotta hear these old heads say that when we doing our own thing, man.
Right, right. I agree 100%.
Then you can make you then all the celebrities love going to the HBCU, so you might as well just come back at game day, man. Hey, Shannon Sharp, you come on one time. Stephen A. Come on one time. We got so many celebrities that went to HBCU where you can have somebody on every week, no matter what. It's too many celebrities to name.
Facts. Somebody hop on this, man. Hopefully HBCU Go is watching.
Heck yeah. And if you have on it, yeah, well, the priest not really gonna be here regardless, but you gotta put my boy Kelly on. I ain't gonna lie. Like, gotta put Kelly on, gotta put Scotty on, you
Uh,
gotta put Drew on,
the
gotta
list
put
too
Kobe
long,
on.
man.
No, that's it.
I
That's four. Then it's us three. Then hey,
I could
because
I I can send about
You
20
gotta,
names, man. There's so many good people.
because, because you got to think about it. Everybody can't be there every week because you got people in different parts of the region.
Right.
So you can use like okay, like, just like you can use Swacking the Fool, Alcorn game day. You use Swacking the Fool, and them boys. Fan mutes.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Jerry down there faithfully. I go to every home game. Then
Mm-hmm.
go you can even go to Division 2, Clark Atlanta. Send
Right.
somebody up there that's right around the corner.
Boy,
You gotta be
Benton.
smart with this. Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta be smart with this, man. You gotta be smart with this thing. So I'm giving y'all golden nuggets out there, man. Giving y'all golden nuggets, man.
I
Y'all
love
just,
that. I love that because it
yeah,
is. It's so real. I mean, you go to Jackson State, go get She Loves B out there. You know what I mean? It's so many different personalities out here to where it's like you got your pick of the litter if you're going to be a platform and you're going to try to make this happen. I know so many
yes.
great HBCU content creators out there. Like I said, I know about 20 of them. So whatever school you want to go to, you can find people. Go ahead, pull up to this, pull up to this, pull up to this, and people will be there.
Definitely. You got a wild card 2K. They're at Alabama State, man. Them boys be doing their thing. So like,
Yes.
you got a lot of people. So y'all just take the blueprint and just call me. If call me the pre-snap read right there on IG and Twitter. Y'all can hit me up. I definitely hit you back because that's how I got in touch with my boy right here. I just hit him up on the
Come on.
Twitter and Instagram.
One of
Hey,
them.
yeah, y'all can definitely hit me up and we'll the first money talk. That's the one thing, money talk. That's what we gotta get to. That money talk,
They
man.
got to pay for them
But
ideas.
what? What? Then I could be like, I said this on my show. What day it is?
Come on.
October the 27th. So
Let's get to that.
yeah, let's get to that. Kelly was on here too, so he needs something too now. His ideas
Come
on
on.
here too.
Come on.
Shoot, but heck
I
yeah,
love
man.
it.
Let's talk about this money right here. This money game, man. Morgan State, North Carolina Central, man. What was your thoughts? What was your
Oh man.
takeaways? What was your games about this? What was your games about this game?
Oh man, this was it. This was one of those games. I mean, I think the more I think about it, I'm starting to feel like that may have been the MEAC championship, right? So a game that really decides the MEAC that early, right? A Thursday night game. But I'll say this: I expected a sloppy game, and we got a sloppy game, man. I think for maybe the second or third time this season, we've seen North Carolina Central get hit in the mouth. We saw it against UCLA early in the season, and we saw it at let me see one point, and we've seen it against Campbell. Campbell came out and got on
Campbell,
top of
yeah,
them early.
Campbell. That was sluggish. That was
Right.
sluggish.
So, I mean, I think this Morgan State defense looked great, right? We saw a Morgan State defense that was elite. The offense, on the other hand, is at least a lot to be desired. If this defense doesn't do what they do last night, then it probably won't be a very close game. I think Morgan State, we just it's so much to be desired from them that we want this offense to be so good, but it's just not. And it's just not. At the end of the day, North Carolina Central is just too much for this team. We saw a Central team that's pretty complete, defensive and offensively. They can do it all.
Yeah.
We saw Mookie Collier at times grind down this Morgan State defense on goal line situations. So, I mean, as good as the defense is, they're going to need the offense to help carry their load. And until
hmm
they do, Morgan State's going to run into a lot of these issues, right? This is a team that has only won one game this year. And it's really not indicative of how good they are, but that's because they
Yeah.
don't have an offense. And it really showed
Yeah.
on Thursday. If they had any semblance of an offense, they would have won that game. But North Carolina
Yeah.
Central, like they do, they stay consistent. They don't make many mistakes, and they'll grind you out all the way to the end because they know how to win. And North Carolina Central did that.
Yeah, definitely. Morgan State just they need a quarterback. I think
Mm.
that's probably like the one of the biggest things they really do need. They need a quarterback, and because like that one-handed catch on the sideline, bro. Like if you have a receiver doing that, ain't like you. If you got receivers making one-handed catches, you have receivers that will catch the ball. You have receivers that will get downfield and try to get open. So it's
Facts.
just having that quarterback that can really swing it. Like Dion said, all you need is a quarterback. Then the rest gonna fall into place, man. Like literally, the rest gonna fall in place. And I think that's what they needed to win the game is definitely a quarterback. But at the end of the day, Morgan State is a team that doesn't play 4 quarters, and that's a team that is 50-50. You do not know what team you're going to get, like day in and day out. Like the team I thought this I thought Morgan, be honest with you, I thought Morgan State was going to kind of not get blown out, but I thought North Carolina Central was going to hit to like 20, 25, 30. Morgan was going to score about 14. So I really didn't predict this game being that close. And for North Carolina Central, they play all 4 quarters, man. Like
Right.
even though they may get stumped in the first half, but at the end of the day, they're going to play into the 4th quarter, which we have saw over the past 2 years. They play into the 4th quarter. That coach Oliver, man, he got them boys right, like literally, definitely got them boys right. Shout out North Carolina Central. I know Robin happy about that win, so shout out to my homegirl Robin. You know what I'm saying? You watching the show, Robin?
Right.
Shoot, comment, holler at us.
Yeah, and for the MEAC, I'll say this was a pretty good showcase game. You want to showcase two really good teams in the conference. There you go. We're looking at a matchup that went, like you're saying, all 4 quarters. The game was within 7 points the entire game. There was never a time where you felt like one team was in control more than the other. And I think that just goes to the fact that the MEAC is super competitive. We're looking at a 1-5 team play against a 5-1 team, and we can't tell the difference. So Morgan
Definitely.
State, they definitely came out and showed out. I mean, I love the great uniforms. Great uniforms popped. It was nice. Nice to hear from the president of Morgan State too during the game. Talk about the national
Mhm.
treasure. So it was a good look for Morgan despite the loss. I think it was a pretty good look, and it was a good showing for a Thursday night game. That's what I was most surprised about. A lot of people were at this Thursday night game.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely. Now, talking about Thursday night games, I know a couple of HBCUs have Thursday night games. Do you think we need to have more Thursday night games as far as to make more odds instead of the Saturday games? Like, how do you feel about those Thursday night games?
Well, I'll say I think I like them. I like them. I'll say this. Last week when we saw Fort Valley and Benedict, their Thursday night game, they actually outdrew a lot of the Greater Five Thursday night games that same night. They actually ended up bringing in around 89,000 viewers. So to
Mhm.
me, the Thursday night is a prime time to really get some eyes, especially seeing that the NFL has now moved to Amazon Prime on Thursdays. It leaves an opening on ESPN for another football game. And in that case, that's HBCU football on Thursdays. I'll take it. I think the latter would be moving to the Tuesday, Wednesday slot like Conference USA is doing, and I would not like that at all. I think Thursdays is just fine. Competing with teams on Saturdays is fine, but I like the Saturday morning slot more than I like the Saturday evening spot for a lot of HBCUs. So I think this Thursday move is just another power move for HBCUs. And at the end of the year, we'll go back and look at these numbers, and I think we'll be able to see that we made a lot of bread on Thursdays.
Mhm. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Sure. I feel the same way. At first, I was kind of skeptical about the Thursday night game when I was just seeing it from years past, but now I tend to enjoy it because, like you said, NFL on Amazon. You can literally, if you don't have Amazon, I know a lot of people have ESPN Plus now, ESPN, so you can definitely watch those games. And they're HBCUs. You want to support the black colleges, so I definitely agree with you 100% on that, man.
Yeah, now we picked some great Thursday night games so far. I love it.
Yeah, definitely. Next game, Norfolk
Oh,
17, Tennessee State 27. Coach
yeah.
Eddie George did it again. People talking about, oh, why we ain't talking about Eddie George? Oh, well, because you don't want to talk about him. That's why we ain't hearing him. Shoot to a little media group. Well, you get it. Well, interview Eddie George. God dang it,
And
if
then
you
that,
want to talk about him.
right, and I keep hearing this whole thing. Well, Eddie George and the Tennessee State, they play an exciting brand of football. No, they do not. No, they do not. If you have watched this offense this year, you've seen two quarterbacks alternate for the better part of 7 games, right? And even
Mm-hmm.
jumping into the game, we finally saw Draylon Ellis get the nod and seem like he might be the starter going forward for Tennessee State. But they're more of a run-based team. This team takes a couple of shots every now and then, but for the most part, they're a knockout, drag-out type of team. So people saying like, we should be more excited about Tennessee State. Like they're a good team. I thought they would be in preseason, but this isn't a flashy team. This isn't the fastest team out there. This is a team that's very well coached, filled with a lot of skilled players and people that have some, honestly, they're veterans, right? They have a lot of
Yeah,
experience.
yeah. Definitely. And like I've been telling Jerry, like this is Eddie George's 3rd year. This is his team. Like when he got there, he was recruiting his team from the beginning. I mean, he didn't have his team, but now this is his team. So
Yes.
we're seeing the fruits of his labor just coming about, getting his own players, making sure he get what he wants so he can win these games. And now he's really winning these games. Now they are a contender in their conference, even though they're a contender in the HBCU round, just point blank period, because they're beating all the HBCU teams so far.
Hey,
I
well,
mean,
hey, and you saw the graphic they made. You know, they 1-0 versus the MEAC, 1-0 versus the
yeah,
SWAC. I'm like,
yeah,
hold on. We gotta pump
yeah.
the brakes on that though. You beat
But
UAPB
UAP, yeah, yeah,
and
you're right.
Norfolk.
Yeah, so if y'all want to beat somebody, it's a highway that can go straight to Tallahassee. If y'all want to play, I'm just saying that. See, and the thing about that is that would be a good game. That would be an
That would
even
be.
better neutral site game.
I
Tennessee
would.
State, damn you in
Oof.
Atlanta,
I'd
in
love to see
Atlanta.
that.
I'll be there. Shoot.
I'd love to
I'll
see
be there.
that. And even, you saw, I mean, we're going to stay on this Norfolk game, but you did see that they scheduled Howard in the future. So
Yeah,
they looking to take
yeah,
on the big boys now. They're not just playing the Norfolks down there.
yeah, definitely. I feel like Norfolk is in the same boat as like Morgan State. You don't know what team you're going to get. You don't know if you're going to get the explosive team with the head coach that know how to run these offensive plays. Or you just going to get a team that's just going to come out there and lackadaisical play one half, then play hard the next half. But I can say this was a hard fought game between two teams. That basically the better team won though at the end of the day.
Yeah, right. There's a Norfolk seems to be building something and getting close to something, but I really think they need a quarterback, man. Otto Kuhn's back there. Seems like he's been kind of the forever guy for them, but I'm really not sure if that's going to be the answer for Norfolk going forward. I saw Cameron Sapp from FAMU actually transferred up, so I've been waiting for him to get his chance out there, but we just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, definitely. I think Norfolk is coming around the corner. I think either give them like a year or two, they'll be around the corner. They'll be a team that can compete with North Carolina Central. I mean, even though it's only six teams in the MEAC, I think at the end of the day, all the teams are going to be competing. And that's the one thing I like about the MEAC is
Right.
they play FCS opponents, and they do not play no FCS opponents. They play some household names
They play the
FCS
guys.
opponents. Yeah, so that's what I do enjoy about the MEAC right there. The SWAT, you gotta do better. Y'all gotta do better. Playing
That's facts.
two D2 schools, and playing. Yeah, I don't like that. You know what I'm
Shame
saying?
on them.
So, yeah, man. Shame on them. Shame on the SWAT. Shame on the SWAT. And speaking of the SWAT, man,
Oh,
Grambling done let me down, man. Coach, you done let me down. Bruh,
that's a
I
tough one.
was I was on Gremlins bandwagon. I'm gonna have to tell the bus to stop and let me off because I was on they. I was behind the bus driver, bruh.
They kind of hurt me. I'm not gonna lie. They hurt me too. I too was affected.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
too was
man.
affected. Watching Grambling come out and seeing that defense just turn into paper mache. It was really reminiscent of the Hampton game, right? But it's
Hmm.
almost like the Hampton game, but if Miles Carley wouldn't have put up close to 300 yards passing, this is the
Yeah,
time when Miles Carley's gonna have his down games, and when it does, can the defense pick him back up? No. The answer is no. It's not gonna happen. They went into the homecoming with all of the momentum, right? They were really in the driver's seat in that SWAC West, right? They had a chance. And we looked at an Alabama A&M team now seemed to be in flux again. Quincy Casey was their guy in the middle of the season, and now it seems like after Jackson State game, it's Xavier Langford. But
yeah,
what's lost in all of this is the fact that Xavier Langford beat Grambling by 20 points and only threw the ball for about 100 yards, right? It's all on the ground. So I think the Cedric Thornton, the defensive coordinator over there at Grambling, is in the hot seat. You haven't been to stop anything all year. I wouldn't be surprised if you were allowing over 30 points a game. And in the SWAC, that's not going to work. And despite how good we see Miles Carley playing, Antoine Jones, Lyndon Rash, Chance Williams, Floyd Chalk, despite all of those guys on offense, this defense that has enough talent is just not making the plays and not getting it done. They keep letting them down. And I think this is going to be the reason why Grambling isn't in a SWAC championship this year, or maybe even next year if Cedric Thornton is still there.
Shoot, like their defense is hazard. Like with the hazard sign, with the lights and everything, a bad hazard, not a good hazard. I'm talking about that thing. Who like as many points as as the offense score so many points, like that puts you in a predicament, man. When you back there and quarterback or you got offense, you like, dang, we gotta score again. Dang, we gotta score again.
Right.
And like it's not like North Carolina Central where okay, I know at least they can get some stops where if we run up the score, then we can beat them down. That's not the team. This is a Grambling this is a good offensive team that defense is just really lacking and put them in unpredictable positions. Then the ball game is just out their reach.
Right. Yeah. After the Hampton game, I made an assessment. I said I think Grambling has the best offense in the SWAC, but they also have the worst defense in the SWAC. And honestly, that works against you. That's going to lead to 500 or below 500. If Grambling's going to get anything on track, they've got to be able to become more sure tacklers. They got to have better gap control. And the DBs cannot continue to fall asleep. I mean, throughout this year, we've seen it. They've been hurt by the big play. That's what hurts them the most, the big play. People that just break it, miss one or two tackles, and there he goes. Grambling just can't seem to do that. And those are like basic fundamentals. When we're at week 7 in the season, stuff like that doesn't change. Right? Personnel may change, but stuff like that doesn't change. That's just a little lack of discipline. So Grambling, they're in trouble. I mean, if there's a time to sound the alarm, is now. You just lost on homecoming, a game you should have won. And the week before against Alcorn, you should have won that game too. Without that pick 6, it's probably a W.
Yeah, man. Grambling really supposed to be in the driver's seat right now. But all shouts out to Alabama A&M. Shout out to Coach Maynard. He said he wins SWAT games, so as long as you win majority of your SWAT games, you good. Like, shoot, because you got a game coming up next week, man. So make sure you stay true to your word. Make sure you stay true to your word. But shout out to them boys at Alabama A&M. They doing a phenomenal job beating Grambling, and they got a Magic City Classic coming up next week. So
every time you think Maynard's on the hot seat, so he does something to get out of the hot seat. Like, I don't know. He finds a way to do it.
Bro, like that little kid that's always almost getting in trouble. Yes. Like he do just enough to not get in trouble. You be like, bro, if I just did one thing you did, I'm gonna be in trouble for real. You just did 10 things and you didn't do that 11th thing, man. That's how Coach Maynard is.
I mean, Maynard, I think he's just a habitual line stepper. That's all it is. He's just a habitual line stepper.
I guess so. I guess he likes stepping on that line and feeling how the hot seat feels. Be like, oh no, I don't like that.
Right.
Sure. But shout out Coach Maynard. I know that's Jerry Coach. So Jerry, if you're out there, I know you barking like a dog. Shout out Coach Maynard, man. Sure, this is the most shockingest game I feel like of this year. UAPB 17, Mississippi Valley State 42. I didn't even know these boys could put up 42 points, but they did.
That one, I mean, this is one of the ones that for sure surprised me the most. I mean, we've seen Mississippi Valley play against 2 Division II schools. And I don't think combined they put up 40 points. So
exactly,
seeing them do this against UAPB, man, that's got to be a blow to UAPB's morale. But big shout outs to Mississippi Valley. They needed this win. Coming into the game against Jackson State, you needed to have some type of momentum going in that game. And beating a team that was honestly a 50-50 pick 'em is pretty good, right? That gives you some confidence. They finally picked a quarterback. They're going to go with the freshman for now. Defensively, Mississippi Valley doesn't look too bad. Offensively, they do leave some things to be desired, but with the freshman quarterback, you got to think maybe he'll just be able to create and play make and continue to make things happen for them. To be honest, UAPB, I expected more. I thought UAPB was actually going to win this game. The coach brings a whole bunch of confidence and rah-rah and all this stuff, but I think at the end of the day, UAPB, it's a skill thing, man. They just don't have enough ballers on offense to really get these wins that they're supposed to get. We saw them go against Alabama A&M and another good Thursday night game about 3 weeks ago. And I think at the end of the day, it was just about talent, right? They're playing some inexperienced quarterbacks. They have a lot of guys that are either returning UAPB with no experience or young guys. So it's going to take time for UAPB, but this is good for Valley. Hopefully, Valley can use this momentum going into next week.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. I'm basically dittoing all the same things you saying, man. Mississippi Valley got to, I mean, UAPB got to step it up, man. Like, I really thought UAPB was going to have a better year this year, even like when I saw them play against the FBS opponents. I was like, okay, Mississippi Valley looked good that first quarter. I was like, they may have something going on this year. They may upset a couple of people, but it's just season went along and went along. I was like, well, guess this is a UAPB team like a couple years ago, man. Just keep going and keep losing and keep losing. Then my thing is you lose this game. This is the game you're supposed to win. But
It's a tough road for head coach Alonzo Hampton going to his first season. I mean, I think it kind of was indicative when we saw after the Miles game, they pretty much kept things the same. So it was kind of like, okay, the team that beat Miles College, Division II school, by 1 point is now going to go with the same quarterback, same offense the next week and into SWAC play. So we kind of saw these things coming. But as the games roll on and you don't beat Valley, now next you got Alcorn, then Jackson State, then Prairie View A&M. And you start to think maybe the season goes a little sour for UAPB. I think the one thing to think about for UAPB, it just got some new uniforms this week. So, maybe morale around the locker room is good, but it's looking pretty down for UAPB right now.
Well, if I was the coach, I wouldn't have gave them damn uniforms. So we got lost in Mississippi. I take my damn uniforms back. Well, see, that's why I can't be no coach. Take my damn uniforms
Nah, you
back.
coach, bitches. They ain't no new uniforms since 2016, man.
Whatever. If y'all would have beat Mississippi Valley State, y'all would have got some new uniforms. Shoot, I gotta give my damn uniforms back. You gotta went out there and embarrass me in front of my family. I done told everybody, hey, we gonna win this week. We got them boys. I'm bragging on y'all boys, and I'm gonna give y'all new uniforms.
Right.
That's like you lying to your mama, and your mama say, "Oh, I was about to get you this, but now you ain't about to get it." so that's what happened. That's what happened if I was the coach. Y'all was about to get this until you got your ass beat. Now I ain't gonna get it to y'all.
Gonna wait till senior day now.
What? 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 Shoot, I ain't lying to you, man. I ain't lying to you. Shoot. This game, Bethune-Cookman versus TCU, this was Bethune-Cookman homecoming. And a lot of people are losing homecomings, man. Like, I don't know what in the world going on, but Texas Southern, they literally pulled out on the show. I think this is the right score. I hope I didn't mess this up. But yeah, I mean TSU pulled it out. They along that's a long drive or a long plane flight, 2 hour plane flight, however you want to say it, to go to Bethune-Cookman. You have all the distractions in the world. You got Daytona 500. You have the beach. You have this. You have this. They got their own homecoming. They came in there. They showed up. They have a young, inexperienced team, and they pulled out a W. So that's one thing I can say about TCU. They went on the road and they played the game and they come out with a win.
Yeah. Big shout out to Texas Southern. Giant shout out to the quarterback, Jace Wilson. Young dude. I mean, he's really grabbed the reins. He's doing as best he can. And I mean, honestly, this Texas Southern team is built to win today. Without Andrew Body, they aren't competing. But Jace Wilson has done a good job still getting Ladarius Owens involved and allowing him to be the guy he needs to be. He ran for 164 yards on 19 rushes this past weekend, which was great. One thing I did see from Bethune-Cookman, though, I mean, it's homecoming, so you got to throw the kitchen sink at them, right? We saw them play 3 different quarterbacks. Tyleek Bethune, the 6'7" transfer from Delaware State, was the goal line guy. We got to see Luke Sprague for majority of the game, and then we even saw Walter Simmons in a couple series. So one thing I will say about Coach Woody down at Bethune-Cookman, he's trying to win. Like, he's trying anything to win. Like, he will try anybody at any point in the game to make the right adjustment to actually break through and win. And we saw that during this game. If you check the box score, you'll probably understand. But even watching the game, you'll see that Texas Southern was leading most of this game. It's very rare you see an away team fly into your stadium on your homecoming and really dominate the first 2 quarters, and you're still in the game around the third quarter, fourth quarter, and get the breaks and the stops you need to stay in the game. So shout out to Bethune-Cookman for trying, you know what I mean? And I'm seeing that they have some weapons. You know, I saw like Jimmy down there at running back, Jimmy Robinson. He looked very good.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw some bright spots from Bethune-Cookman I didn't think I'd see. But bigger shout out to Texas Southern for getting in there, getting the win with a backup QB.
Yeah, man. Shout out Texas Southern, man. I know it's trials and tribulations because like this year is kind of supposed to be like their year to make some type of offensive boom this year. Like they were supposed to put out the offensive numbers this year,
Yeah.
Andrew Body and all the other stuff. So just shout out to them. Just keep competing because you know when you lose your main quarterback and you know it's going to be kind of a season, you could just give up on every game, but that's not them. They still out competing, even in the middle of the season, going to, like you said, going on the road all the way to Florida to Daytona to be Bethune-Cookman at their homecoming. So shout out to them. And, you know, for me, it's like, where did Bethune-Cookman just keep pushing, keep fighting, keep fighting, because you never know when you're going to look up and win that game because you have done that in past years. So definitely keep fighting Bethune-Cookman. Definitely, definitely. And the last game, the game everybody been cheering and throwing parties for. And they've been wilding, man.
And G got the belt out for
JS,
this.
yeah, man. Yeah. This game right here, man. This game, I know a lot of, I know people that didn't show up to work. I know people that called off. I know people that still sick to their stomach, and I know a lot of people happy. A lot of people happy. So JSU
That's
19, Alabama State 24.
man. What I'll say about this first is anybody at Alabama State, y'all should know this by now. Damian Stewart should have been a starter from week 1. And if this game don't show you, I don't know what can show you. It's almost like the bird box when you got to peel their eyes back and open them to really get to
Yeah,
see. Damian Stewart is your guy. There's no
yeah,
question about that. He just went in there. He beat a Jackson State team on their homecoming. I'll say this. Jackson State, some people want to say some type of self-inflicted mess, whatever. I think this is all Alabama State just going in there and taking this game. This game has been on their
yeah.
calendar since last year. For a whole calendar year, 12 months, they've been counting down to this matchup. And they got there and they showed up and they showed out. I saw Alabama State team that was playing with their head on fire, right? I haven't seen this type of fire from this team all year. I didn't even see that fire against Miles. So seeing that from Alabama State really makes you wonder, wow, they're in a terrible situation right now record-wise, but if they could have got this from the jump, they might have been competing for the swag. Because I see Alabama State team here that could probably finish off undefeated in the rest of the season. They've been playing lights out.
Yeah, yeah. And just a testament to them, like Eddie George said, hey, I don't want them boys at homecoming. He said, I don't want them boys at homecoming. And he got what he asked for. So you know when you get what you asked for, you kind of like already in the back putting bulletin board material out there for the other team. But
Right.
they backed it up. Like at the end of the day, they backed it up. And like for me, it's like Jackson State, where do you go from now? Because low key, you was hoping FAMU lose so you can kind of get your way back into
Yeah.
that spot. Now you lose against Alabama State, and like we can't even go to the playoffs now. So
Yeah.
where does the season go? Like, do we? If I'm TC, to be honest with you, if I'm TC, I'm already looking at next year. Like, what quarterback can I get? Who can I get to better this team? Because I need to figure out what I need to do to beat FAMU, to beat Alabama State, and to beat these other teams, so I won't have this problem next year.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a question to talk about because you're right. Playoffs is out of the picture at this point. Celebration Bowl is also outside of the picture, so it's no postseason. But we have been seeing Jacoby and Morgan handle a lot of goal line snaps. So do we see the younger Jacoby and Morgan get in there and get some more snaps for this team? I mean, Jason Brown, as much as they called him QB1, I mean, his stats aren't feeling like QB1. He threw 30 completions on 44 passes for 234 yards. It's just very low volume, right? And you got to think, is there another guy that can run this offense a little bit better than Jason Brown? I know they're probably not thinking about switching now, but if you're trying to build for the future and understand that you don't have any postseason, your postseason hopes and aspirations are now gone. maybe Jacoby Morgan is your guy. Maybe Zai McDonald, you give him some more reps. I think we'll start seeing more of the young guys get some play for this Jackson State team. But the Jackson State team also plays all the way to the end. They had a chance to win this game at the end. They drove down in a 1 minute, 2 minute situation and made it a very close game. Kind of weird call by the ref at the end, but
yeah,
I think they'll play it in. They'll play it hard to the end of the season, but I feel what you're saying to where why not throw some young guys in there and give them a chance?
yeah, man, yeah, man. I didn't say it this 2 weeks in a row. It's just disappointing that you have somebody like Rico Powers that can take the top off, and you just don't use them in your offense. Like you use your running backs, why not use your receiver, your number one receiver that was coming in into the year, and he's not giving that production like you need. Like I don't know if it's the play calling. I don't know if it's like I don't know what it is, but you have somebody like him that can blow the top off, and he's quiet. He's been quiet this whole year. So
Yeah. Super low volume. I mean, he's a guy that's been getting like under 5 catches a game. This past game, he had 1 catch for -1 yard. You know, stuff like that can't happen if that's your number one receiver. And usually you think you need your number one receiver to win games. And in the new spread concepts and philosophies, you not necessarily need one receiver to win. But when you have a game changer, a game breaker like Rico Powers on your side, and you don't feed him the rock, you got to wonder, maybe that's part of the reason why our pass game is so low volume right now. While we have 44 attempts for 214 passing yards, you're not getting Rico Powers involved. You just throw him a hitch route, and he might take it 50, 60 yards. It's all about giving him the targets, and he's just not getting them.
yeah, man, that's kind of upsetting me because I play receiver. I'm like, bro, there's so many ways you can get this dude open. Send him in motion, send him back, do something. Have him in a tight formation where he's behind the two people. Man, like it's so many formations you can get this dude open. And I don't know, like I don't know if they just stuck in their ways, which is probably that's what it is, or is it truly legitimate the quarterback play? I don't know which one is it, but 9 times out of 10 it's probably just stuck in their ways.
Yeah.
So hopefully he can, do something, man. I mean, if you want to eat, you can come to FAMU. All our receivers eat. So it's the first string, second string, third string. They be eating. So,
You're not lying. I mean, ask Marcus Riley.
exactly. So, hey, you ain't no, but ain't no telling which FAMU receiver gonna eat. You like it's 4 or 5 FAMU receivers that can be leading in receptions at any given time.
All right.
Any given time, you got Marcus Riley, you got Grassley, you got K Dot, you got Oxenine, you got Dixon. That's 5 receivers that be catching the ball out there, and it's probably 5 more. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, gotta do something with that offense, man. Gotta do something with that offense.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I was saying this is a tough pill for Jackson State to swallow, man. I think this is the come to Jesus moment. I think everybody in the coalition been waiting for Jackson State to have this come to Jesus moment. This is it.
Mm-hmm.
Like losing in homecoming, becoming pretty much ineligible for FCS playoffs, almost out of the way for the swag now. It's a tough pill to swallow. You just went from 2 back-to-back dominant seasons to now middling the pack like everybody said you would. So it's tough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we thought who they thought it was. That's my favorite saying right there, man. But make sure you subscribe to Business on Top for all your FAMU needs, and make sure you subscribe to Business on Top for our weekly show, the Pre-Snap Read. Make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe, follow, do everything you can. Follow me on Instagram. Follow my boy Kelly Flicks on Instagram. Make sure you follow him because he be having all the HBCU stuff. Like he be having it like. Shoot, he be having it like fresh off the press. Fresh off the press. And make sure you follow Twitter, Instagram, Pre-Snap Read. Shoot. What you got going on next week, man? Before we get into our power rankings, what you got going on next week,
man? Next week. So I'll definitely be doing some quarterback top 10s, like I always do, HBCU wise. That's mainly what I've been focusing on. I'm not gonna lie. Quarterback analysis every week. I'm trying to see who's the next HBC quarterback's gonna get drafted.
I think my boy, Richard, man, he that deal, man. Yeah, he that dude. If he don't go to NFL, I know he definitely going to the XFL because he like that. Then I don't know. It's between Crawley and Musa. Like I'm trying to figure. Even though I'm
Right,
FAMU, I'm a like low key. I'm a FAMU so Crawley, but it's it's neck and neck for me, man. It's neck and neck.
right. So, oh yeah,
Yeah.
and did you want to get into the matchups too this week coming up?
Oh yeah, yeah. We definitely gonna get into that. Definitely, man. Shoot. HBCU power rankings, man. Sure, it changed from week to week, but my top three
Nice.
been consistent from day one, A1. So you got North Carolina Central. They just played that game yesterday, so now they at 6-1. FAMU 5-1. Tennessee State 4-2. Hampton 3-3. Alcorn 3-3. Then I got like a four-way tie going on right here. I ain't know what to do. I was thinking about the 6 spot hard and long and hard. So I was like, hey,
Pause.
let thank you, pause. Yeah, pause. Thank you. Big pause. So I got PV, Memphis State, Alabama, and Jackson State. So those are my four at number six right now. How do you feel about this list? Do you feel like I could have literally did a 1 through 10 or like what's up?
Hey, I think 1 through 10 probably was an option, maybe 1 through 9 or something like that. But this is a great list. I mean, I've seen some people do some pretty wacky things with the list. This is pretty comprehensive here. The one question mark I got on the list would probably be Hampton, man. The way Hampton came out and just got obliterated past weekend makes you think about them a little different, right? And I think
Yeah,
there will be a
yeah.
time where Alcorn raises up and hopefully they can get into that 3 spot because I do feel like at this point, Alcorn will probably come out the West.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. My honorary mention would be Howard. Even though
Mm,
they got obliterated too.
they
But
did.
yeah. But the only reason why I put Hampton at number four because I feel like nine times out of ten they can probably beat Alcorn, EV, Bama State on a I feel I give them
Mm-hmm.
75% chance to win those games. So that's why I kind of got them at number four.
Yeah, I mean, big shout out to Hampton, man. We didn't think Hampton would be this high going
Yeah,
into preseason, so big shout out to Hampton nonetheless, man. You guys deserve everything coming to you.
yeah, definitely. Shout out to Hampton. Shout out, man. Shout out to the top five teams staying consistent out there, man. Shoot, well, we know we got low key kind of almost got the Celebration Bowl matchup almost locked in. So, that's definitely gonna be a good game. So don't slip up. Y'all two don't slip up, man. That's all we asking. We kind of been asking for this game all year.
Right.
Please don't slip up.
Yeah,
Please
I
don't
too am a
fumble the bag.
believer. I'm a believer of Central and FAMU celebration, but I definitely am. I think that's the dream matchup we all want to get.
Yeah,
I,
man. Yeah.
I think it only runs on these guys being healthy. I think it's just about these guys being
Yeah.
healthy. Both teams have shown that they're better than the rest of the teams on their schedule. So winning wise, as long as all the guys are healthy, I think we're gonna get that matchup.
Yeah, then you got to think about this. North Carolina Central is coming on their rough part of the schedule. Then FAMU once they get past homecoming, they get on their
Yeah,
light part of the schedule.
right.
So we'll see. Even though it's any given Saturday, we'll see like what's going on with their schedules in the next coming up weeks.
Right, and the great equalizer is the SWAC championship game. If that happens and the SWAC West team is good and they knock off FAMU, then what was all this for? What we beat Jackson State
Exactly.
for in week 1,
It,
right? So,
thank you. The only thing that FAMU is favorable at is they haven't lost at home in Coach Willie Simmons' era. Haven't lost at home. Yeah,
that's very
so
true.
that's the only thing you could bank on. They haven't lost at home since Coach Willie Simmons been there. I think it's going on. I think 18 now, 18 straight wins, and haven't lost at home. So FAMU is a hostile environment to play in, and we saw because somebody at Bama State didn't like a couple of choice words that the security guard and the student section had for them.
Right, right. And then even speaking of Bama State, I think Bama State might end up creeping up on this list in the next couple of weeks because I think they might end up being the second best team in the SWAC East. I think,
Mm.
with the quarterback change, we can see this Bama State team honestly get up on some teams. They're going to play Grambling. in a week, which is going to be a great matchup. And in the 2 weeks after that, if Bama State wins out, that's where they'll end up, second in the SWAC East.
Hey, say no more. Let's keep grinding, Bama State. Keep grinding. And it's my favorite time. Yeah, and I know you've been on the show, so it's time for the
City
City
boy,
Boy
city boy,
Awards,
city
boy.
boy, city
City Boy
boy, city boy.
Awards, man. This is my favorite awards. You know what I'm saying? My favorite awards right here, man. Shoes. I'm gonna let you get the first two, and I'm gonna get the other two, man.
Okay, Xavier Langford, I'm glad he's on here, man. He deserves a spot. This dude went in the homecoming in the hole, a place where they say not a lot of people come out. And he came out with a Tiger's head. Xavier Langford went in there, used his legs, went for 193 yards. The boy was even featured on ESPN. He got a helmet sticker for this. 3
Yeah,
touchdowns.
yeah,
He did
he
his
did.
thing. His running mate, Donovan Eaglin, back in there, also did his thing. They terrorized Grambling on the ground like every other team has. And Eaglin went in there, put up 100 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. Great performance from both of those guys.
Definitely. And my boy TJ Williams from Mississippi Valley State played quarterback, man. 19 for 29, 265 yards and 3 tugs. That boy was
Sheesh.
balling. He said, man, this Mississippi Valley State homecoming, I'm gonna show out, man. He definitely came up and showed out, man. Then my boy Darius Owens from TSU, 19 carries, 163 yards and 3 tugs. Man, he running like them Alabama running backs. He say, keep feeding me the ball. I'm going to get to the end zone, man. I ain't going to lie. This week is looking kind of slim. Kelly, I don't know if you've been watching our show. Like in
Yeah.
the first part of the season,
Yeah.
the list was looking kind of slim like this. Then we got to the bulk of the season. We was the list was long. Now it's getting kind of slim again. So the ballers showing who really the ballers are.
Hey, you know, the latter part of the season, folks are getting hurt, little ankle injury, little pinky injury, little, elbow injury, and all of a sudden I got to
Hmm.
slow down. But these guys on this list have kept their foot on the pedal the whole year. And now we're 2 months into the season and they still balling. Shout out to them.
Yeah, definitely, man. Shout out to them. Shout out to the City Boy Award winners, man. You know, like I told Jerry and them, I'm gonna definitely count up how many people been on here on the list and really see who like the baller of the year, the City Boy baller of the year. You know
Need
what I'm
that.
saying? Yeah, definitely the City Boy. I may try to figure out something how I can send them something. I don't know, Chick-fil-A gift card,
One of
something. Cause
them, yeah.
I ain't got no NIL money, but I can give you a gift card. Shoot,
One of
give me a
them. I
gift
like
card.
that.
Heck yeah, man. But yeah, we're gonna transition into games of the week. Games of the week.
There we
So
go.
we're gonna kind of break down each game because I didn't really have a whole in totality of like the game of the week. So we're gonna kind of break down these games right here.
Yeah.
Norfolk 2-4, Howard 2-4. The game's at 12 o'clock on ESPN Eastern Standard Time, 12 o'clock. How you
Yeah.
feel about this game? Who you think gonna come out and win?
Yeah, well, I think Howard's gonna come out and get a win of this game. I think Howard is trying to separate. This 2-4 record is not indicative of how good this team is. Uber talented team, lost to 2 Power 5 opponents where they actually had a chance to win. They could have beat Northwestern, could have beat Eastern Michigan. I think they're coming against Norfolk and they assert their dominance. I got Howard
Mm.
big. I'll give me Howard by about 21 points in this one.
Definitely. I'm with you with this one. Howard is a team that can finally play ball. A lot of times I don't pick Howard because all they say when they lose is, "Oh, why don't you go play us in basketball?" So, so, um, so look, I don't like picking Howard, but Howard better win this game. If they don't win this game tomorrow, boy, I'll be one pissed off in the individual if Howard don't win. So Howard, don't let me down. Because the only thing y'all got is this basketball and Curry sponsor y'all golf team. So
Yeah,
don't let me down.
this
Don't let me
game
down, Howard.
This game has a lot to do with the boy Quinn Williams, quarterback at Howard. I
Yep.
think if he has a good performance, how he goes, that's how the team goes. I saw him fall
Yep.
apart last week, and I saw Howard lose by 50 to Harvard. right? So I think how Quinn Williams goes is how a team goes. So hopefully we get a good game out of Q Will this weekend.
Definitely. Shout out to Howard. Next game, we got South Carolina State 2-4 versus Delaware State 1-5. Game will be on ESPN Plus at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. What we looking like, man? This is a tough one.
No, this is a wobbler right here. This is a true wobbler. My heart is telling me to go SC State, but my mind is telling me Delaware State just might put up too many points for this South Carolina State team. I mean, the issues on offense week to week have been so weird for South Carolina State, and they've become wildly inconsistent, almost hard to even bet on. So I'll take Delaware State to sneak in there and go get a win. I think Marquis Adams is one of the top quarterbacks HBCU football. I have him at 5 on my list. And if he can have a game that he's been having the rest of the season, I think Delaware State comes out with a W.
Definitely, man. Next. I think this is the OB Big South and OVC right here. This is a conference game for no, this is the CAA.
Yep.
Delaware and Hampton. Yeah, Delaware and Hampton. My bad. Delaware and Hampton. Delaware 5-1, Hampton 3-3. Game at 12 o'clock. What we looking like, Kelly?
Man, this is probably be a bounce back game for Hampton, but this Delaware team, Delaware is Delaware, man. If you don't look at Delaware like their FBS team, then I don't know what to tell you. This team, the Blue Hens, they come out and they bout business. I give me Delaware to win this game. I think it's gonna be on Hampton though to really show them out and really show us something, right? Week to week, this Hampton team has ups and downs, but it'll be a good win here. But I think Delaware is just too much for them, and from what I've seen from Delaware this year, they're probably gonna put it on Hampton by about 14 points.
Ooh, okay. I don't know. I want to call the upset, but I know it probably ain't gonna happen. Like I want to call the upset. Yeah, it is tough because you coming into Hampton, so like I want to say okay, Hampton got a home field advantage. You know, what I'm saying coming into Hampton, but like you said, that Delaware team be Delaware. They be Delaware. They grinding on the field, man. They bring their hard hat. You know you're gonna have a long game with these good jokers. Right. So at the end of the day, I think Hampton probably gonna get punched in the mouth probably around third quarter. Then they're gonna kind of fall back. So I'm gonna pick Delaware. My heart want to say Hampton, but I'm gonna pick Delaware, man.
Feel you on that.
Yeah. Next thing, I think this probably their homecoming right here in Lincoln. Daniel lost a game Tennessee State. They also win that game. You really ain't got too much to say about that.
Yeah, Tennessee State by 50, man.
Yeah, they better score 50. Next game, Alcorn 3-4 versus UAPB 5-1. Game at 3 o'clock. What we got going on, Kelly?
I mean, I think something's telling me UAPB and Swag Madness is just going to happen. And for their homecoming, they could take off Alcorn. But Alcorn is such a better team than UAPB. Last year, you know, UAPB had some lone bright spots like Kayvon Britton and things like that to where it can go talent for talent. But I honestly feel like this Alcorn team is just too talented for UAPB. They have too many weapons on the outside with guys like Malik Rogers, still got Jarvian Howard. And we're seeing Aaron Allen really emerge as a premier quarterback in the SWAC. This would be a nice notch in Aaron Allen's belt to show that I'm still the guy at Alcorn. So I think Alcorn goes into UAPB's homecoming, ruins all the fun like it has been happening in the SWAC, and gets a win.
This is the year for upsetting homecomings, man. Like we just upsetting homecomings. Okay, my bad. Okay, hold on. He said Alcorn is 3-3, not 3-4. My bad. That's my fault. But hey, my fault, my guy.
Hey, don't be messing up with the big bad Braves on me.
My bad. My bad. Y'all better. Well, since you correct me, y'all Braves better be braving. When y'all going down that hole, y'all better win. Shoot, that's all I got. Y'all better win. Shoot. But like you said, UAPB's homecoming, a lot of distractions. Hopefully they don't get too distracted. Hopefully they do come out and play. For Alcorn, gotta go down there and show up. You have to show up because if you don't show up, this is a team that could just punch you in the mouth and like you just looking dazed and like, oh, what happened? We thought we could beat. Nah. You got to show up every game. Next game,
100.
JSU 4-2, Mississippi Valley State 1-5. Games at 3. Games at Mississippi Valley State now.
Come on. It gets tricky down there in the Delta.
What? What?
Y'all know, the Rattlers know. It's a little
Yeah,
tricky
yeah,
down
we
there.
know because we done struggled.
Yeah.
Shoot,
Hey, I think it's a good chance for Mississippi Valley to knock off JSU. I don't think Mississippi Valley will win. I won't pick them to win this game. I won't pick Valley until I'm confident in that offense. But if there was a game to pick JSU off, it'd probably be this one. Coming off a tough performance at home, this is going to be almost like another home game for JSU. They only travel an hour or so. But Valley's going to have them right where they want them. We've seen a couple different ways to beat Jackson State this year. Mississippi Valley has all three of them. So if there was a time to get them, it would be now. But I think JSU honestly has a nice bounce back game. And we've seen after JSU's losses, they've come back out with a new sense of pride to where they don't lose back-to-back games. So I think JSU comes out with a win this game. I'll give JSU to win by about 7 points.
man, forget that. I'm picking Mississippi Valley State.
Uh-oh.
I'm picking Mississippi Valley State. It is going down in the Delta, man. It's definitely going down, man. I'm picking them boys to win. I hope they ball out. I hope they just I just hope they just ruin JSU. Just keep going. Like go down here and keep going down here. Keep going down. The stock market done crash now. I hope it keep crashing.
See, the Rattlers feeling good because they was on y'all tail for a little bit, and then it's like, I'm glad y'all not on our tail no more.
No, cause y'all thought Dion had you. He was all high and mighty up on the mountain talking about we shall not be moved until somebody smacks y'all. Then we gotta fix the team. We gotta do this. We gotta do that. Nah. I hope the stock market keep going down. Just keep going down, man.
I wouldn't be surprised. I put it that way. I would not be surprised if Valley got the win.
Exactly. Now we got Southern 3-3 going to Bethune. We just saw Bethune put up some numbers, even though it was against Texas Southern. We saw Bethune put up some numbers. What we got going on?
It's going to be a great matchup, a really good matchup. Because we, like you're saying, we've seen Bethune-Cookman find a way to find an offense. Even when things don't work, Woody will continue to try new things to make the offense work. This Southern team is kind of riding on the high. And kind of, to me, at this point, this is somewhat of a false sense of reality a little bit for Southern. You know, he's coming off a big win versus Lincoln. And I think this offense realistically has a lot of issues, right? And you play Lincoln in the middle of the season, so you get to kind of mask those issues. But Bethune-Cookman has consistently played good defense this year. And they've made bad quarterbacks pay, right? Or at least quarterbacks that I've seen somewhat inconsistent. We saw Amari Hill go into Jackson State and get an interception, a very big interception. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets one this weekend against Harold Blood. Bethune-Cookman is going to make Southern work for this W. If Southern's passing game is as bad as it's been for majority of the year, they're going to have a lot of trouble. And I think Bethune-Cookman gets the win. So I'm going to actually take Bethune-Cookman to win this game by 7 points.
Okay. I'm going to take Southern, even though I feel like Southern, I think it's just coaching with them. You have Harold Blood, aka One Blood. Ooh. You got that boy. You got that boy passing the ball, man. You got that boy passing the ball. He's a perennial SWAT quarterback. So you have the offense. You got the defense that's sound. I think y'all should be playing way better ball than what y'all are. Y'all should at least be putting up 35 to 28 points a game easily.
Yeah.
Y'all deep. I think they got the first ranked defense in the SWAC, if I'm not mistaken. So all y'all just got to do is put up numbers, man. So like you said, don't cut me coming down there to the beach. Southern don't get distracted because Bethune-Cookman, they looking pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, the Bethune-Cookman looked pretty good last week, even though it was against the Texas Southern team. But at the end of the day, you look good. So don't walk in there acting like it's all cupcake and flowers, and next thing you know, it's all horse manure, and y'all shoveling that thing on up, man.
Yeah. Now, even in the offense, I think a good point with the offense is that they haven't scored more than 27 points against a SWAC opponent this year. You know, that's really, really telling of how much this offense can score, the volume we're looking at, and really if this team plays all 4 quarters. I think sometimes Southern doesn't do that. And against Bethune-Cookman, they're going to play all 4 quarters, whether they winning,
Yeah,
losing, or it's a draw. So you don't want
yeah,
to fall asleep on this Bethune-Cookman team. And I think, honestly, Southern might be walking into a trap. We saw Luke Sprague return last week for Bethune-Cookman, and he looked decent, even though he alternated with the other guys, but he couldn't find a rhythm. If he can find a rhythm this week, and really get on top of Southern early, and we see the Southern team take a quarter or two off, we can see Bethune-Cookman get a lead and hold that lead.
definitely, definitely, definitely. And the last game, FAMU 5-1,
Oh,
TSU they 2 and
of course.
4. That's my bad. That's my bad. And that's 2 strikes on me, so I get 2 and 4.
It's two,
Um,
buddy.
I know that's 2. I was rushing. I ain't even gonna lie, I was rushing doing this, man. I had some stuff to do today. But shoot, all I gotta say is this: FAMU, don't go to sleep.
Yeah,
You just had a bye. You got rested up. You got yeah. All your players should be rested. Everything should be good with y'all. FAMU, don't sleep on the team. I saw Marquise Bell with the team because the Cowboys got a bye, so that should
nice.
rejuvenate y'all sideline and everything. So, man, FAMU, don't go to sleep. Texas Southern, you got to punch them in the mouth. Got to. You got to put pressure on Musa. You got to put pressure on Musa, and you got to make him rely on that running game. If you do that, this game can be close. And oh my gosh, this if FAMU score that many points, I promise you, I will be satisfied because FAMU hasn't scored 56 points in a long time, like in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, last year, everybody talked about FAMU having like 9 home games, pretty much almost 10 home games. FAMU has had some pretty difficult road games. This is the third week
Yeah,
in a row on the road after going to Itabena, then going to Baton Rouge, and now you're going to Houston. This could be a tough game for FAMU because I mean, like we talked about earlier, Texas Southern is pretty much a ready built team, just missing a starting quarterback, right? An experienced starting
mhm.
quarterback. So when you're playing against this Texas Southern team, there's a guy named Jacob Williams at linebacker over there for Texas Southern. That's an eraser. He gets everywhere, sideline to
Yep.
sideline, and is great at spying. So this is gonna be a very tough game for FAMU. If I'm gonna be real, this is gonna be one of those type of games, and I wouldn't be surprised if it goes down to the fourth quarter because in all actuality, this Texas Southern team is built to win now. Like we saw Texas Southern win last week, and Quay Davis had like 4 catches for 25 yards. He's not even the focal point of this offense anymore. If they can get Quay Davis back into the game, back into the fold, continue to give the ball to Darius Owens, both of these teams match up great, right? And I think Texas Southern, if they can get Jace Wilson going early, and I'm sure FAMU's going to stop that or try to stop that. If they can get Jace Wilson going early, it could be a very competitive game going back and forth
Mhm.
because we've seen Ladarius Owens really be the lead guy for this offense.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. Like the comments said, FAMU got to play all 4 quarters. FAMU either
Thanks.
play 3 quarters or half, or like FAMU has to play all 4 quarters because coming off a win like that for Texas Southern boosted morale,
Mm-hmm.
boost confidence. If
Mm-hmm.
that's a confidence booster, then if you're in FAMU shoes, just coming off a bye, you kind of relax. You got to get yourself back in that game mode. And
Right.
sometimes it may be harder for other players to get themselves back in that game mode, back in that, oh, I'm the predator, I'm hunting, I do not want to be the prey. So that's kind of hard coming off the bye week, trying to get yourself in the game mode. So I think that's gonna be a sneaky game too. That's gonna be a sneaky game. It depends on what's going on in the first quarter. We'll see from there.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's another fast team. I would say FAMU is probably one of the fastest teams in the SWAC. I put Alabama State up there, around there, near them. But I think this Texas Southern team is also a close second to FAMU when it comes to actual team speed. So I think we're going to see a bunch of big plays, a bunch of playmakers go out there and really show us what they got this weekend.
Heck yeah! I'm gonna be at that game this weekend, so I'm definitely
Fire.
definitely see what they got going on, man. I got pull up, I got show out from the boys, man. Oh, y'all
That's
shoot,
right.
but heck yeah, man. So man, shoot that kind of wraps up the show, man. What you got going
Yeah.
on next week, or what you got going on in the upcoming weeks? Because you be hitting Twitter and Instagram real hard, man.
Yeah. So this upcoming week, planning on some watch parties next week. So I believe North Carolina Central and South Carolina State plays. We'll be doing a watch party next Thursday. Backtracking to this Monday coming up, dropping a new episode of HBCU Flicks also. And in the coming weeks on Saturdays, I do want to start a new thing called HBCU Red Zone. We go ahead, I'll hop on live watch party, and we'll go through every HBCU game, Division One or Division Two. We'll talk about it for about 4 to 5 hours on a Saturday. So new stuff coming up, but yeah, trying to get back into it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You know me. I'm gonna have all the home games recorded, highlights, put them up. So the next one I'm gonna do is homecoming. So
Nice.
that's gonna be an epic one. We play PV, so that's a matchup that a lot of FAMU fans are looking for. That's gonna be
Right.
a competitive game, a game
Yeah.
that's not gonna be a blowout game, or it's gonna be a game where you got to sit in your seat.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to this game this week too. So definitely, and you can catch me on here every Friday on Off Script, or if you're on Bridges on Top, make sure if you want Off Script, go to Bridges on Top. Subscribe, like, leave a comment. So I know what's up. But I'm on here every week, man. You know, strong until
Fire.
Celebration Bowl, man. Thank you. Going to the Celebration Bowl. Roll to Atlanta. It started in Atlanta and then end in Atlanta.
Look at it. You still in the mottos. Y'all crazy on me.
It started in Atlanta and it's gonna end in Jackson, Mississippi. That's all I know.
Homie crazy.
Sure. But
Wow.
enough of that, man. Thank y'all for watching, man. Make sure y'all tune in next week for the show on Friday. Make sure y'all tune in to Kelly Fix stuff, man. He promoting HBCU mad at that in California, man. So thank
Yes,
y'all.
sir.
Peace out. One love. Bye.
Peace.